Welcome to the Snapshots of History channel. Hi, today we're sharing rare historical photos, each with its own unique story to tell. Let's take a look at these fascinating moments from the past together. This photo, taken in England in 1919, features a group of swimmers preparing for a competition. They are all dressed in swimsuits that, by today's standards, look rather modest and formal, covering the body almost entirely. Such attire was typical for that era, reflecting the social norms of the time. This photo, taken in 1956, shows workers loading an IBM Model 350 hard disk onto an airplane. This massive device, by today's standards, could store only 3.75 megabytes of data and cost around $3,200. Back then, such machines were a breakthrough in data storage, though their size and weight were enormous. This photo shows the iceberg that, according to eyewitnesses, collided with the Titanic on the night of April 15, 1912. The photograph was taken shortly after the disaster and stands as one of the few visual records of this tragic event. Some dark streaks can even be seen on the iceberg, which, according to those who saw it, could be traces of paint from the ship's hull. This photo shows a young woman presenting one of the first affordable televisions in the United States by the Viewtone Company. This television was a technological marvel of its time, offering the chance to watch shows right at home. Priced at around $100, it was a significant investment in the 1940s, but provided a window into the world of new entertainment. This photo from 1961 in the United States shows a family inspecting a fallout shelter. Such bunkers were in high demand during the Cold War, when the threat of nuclear conflict was a real concern. For $550, families could purchase a ready-to-install shelter, approved by Civil Defense, to be set up right in their backyard. This photo, taken in 1915, features a boy posing next to two giant lobsters caught off the coast of New Jersey. These sea creatures, usually known to us in much smaller sizes, appear like oceanic giants beside the child. The image showcases the impressive size of marine life from that era and highlights how such catches could spark real awe and fascination among people. This photo, taken in the United States in 1965, shows a group of adults gathered around street vending machines with kinetoscopes offering short films with spicy content. These machines allowed people to peek into the world of adult cinema for a small fee, hidden from prying eyes. In this photo, Arnold Schwarzenegger strolls down the street wearing nothing but briefs, boldly flaunting his muscles. The passers-by clearly weren't expecting to encounter a bodybuilder like this. Some sneak glances, others look openly surprised. This image captures a striking contrast between the everyday hustle of city life and the sudden appearance of a future Hollywood star, confidently strutting down the sidewalk as if it's a runway. This historical photo features the first costume of the famous Michelin mascot, Bibendum. Created in the late 19th century, this character represented a person made entirely of tire layers. Back then, tires were much thicker, making the costume look amusingly bulky. Bibendum quickly became an iconic figure representing Michelin and remains one of the most recognizable advertising characters in the world. This photo captures Marilyn Monroe during the filming of the unfinished movie Something's Got to Give in 1962. This shot became iconic as she posed boldly in the pool, making a statement for that era. Marilyn looked relaxed, radiating her famous charm, yet the production was marred by her personal struggles and frequent absences. Ultimately, the film was never completed, but this image remains a vivid reminder of her star power and the challenging time she faced. This photo from 1974 shows a Canadian officer standing waist-deep in water, guarding a pharmacy during a flood. The relentless waters have overtaken the streets, but his mission is to prevent looting. Around him is a nearly silent scene, with water flooding the town and a "Do Not Enter" sign, as if highlighting the uncontrollable power of nature. This photo, taken in 1921 in Kazan, features a giant beluga caught by local fishermen. The fish is so massive that it rests on 3 barrels, with several people standing behind it to emphasize its size. Back then, such catches were a big event for fishing communities, and a beluga like this symbolized the rich bounty of the Volga River. This photo shows German soldiers from World War I, each wearing a different type of gas mask. These devices became essential gear as chemical warfare emerged on the battlefield. Each soldier sports a unique model, reflecting the varied approaches to protection against poisonous gases. This photo from World War I depicts a German field dentist working on a patient in makeshift conditions. The procedure looks anything but pleasant. An assistant holds down the patient while the dentist performs his work with intense focus. Other soldiers, their cheeks wrapped in bandages, sit nearby, patiently awaiting their turn. The scene is a reminder that even amidst the war, no one was immune to toothaches, and getting dental care in the field was a true ordeal. This photo captures a scene from a courtroom in Clearwater, Florida, where a stripper is defending her civil rights after being detained by police. The officers claimed that her underwear was too revealing, and in an unusual move to counter the accusation, she demonstrated her position right there in the courtroom. This photo, taken on January 29, 1924, shows Miss Mary Bay behind the wheel of a miniature car, confidently cruising down the streets of Washington. In the early 20th century, such vehicles were a rarity, especially driven by women, making her appearance all the more striking and unique. This photo, taken in 1906 in Boston, shows the legendary illusionist Harry Houdini preparing for one of his famous stunts. He stands at the edge of the dock, chained with his hands bound behind him, while a crowd of onlookers eagerly anticipates the spectacle. This trick was one of his signature acts, where Houdini would dive into the water and free himself from his restraints before surfacing. This photo, taken in Germany in 1930, features a tester wearing new bulletproof gear designed for the police. The man, clad in a protective vest and helmet with a stern expression, shows off the durability of this armor while holding a revolver. This experimental armor, made of metal plates, was developed to protect police officers in dangerous situations. This photo from 1956 captures a moment from the Miss Polonia beauty pageant in Poland. In the foreground, one of the contestants, in a white swimsuit, smiles while standing on stage before a massive crowd gathered by the beach. The audience below, mostly men, gaze up at the stage with fascination and admiration, creating the atmosphere of a significant event. This photo shows 19-year-old Jim Carrey, a future comedy star, radiating his signature energy and charisma. Even then, his talent and humor were evident in every move and facial expression. The image perfectly captures the spirit of young Jim, playful, expressive, and willing to do anything for a laugh. It's this boundless energy that would later make him one of the most recognizable and beloved comedians in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There is a new video every week.